Let's talk about the house of AKRO. Yes, AKRO Fragrances, a niche house, you all. I've never really talked about them on the channel, but today we got some samples, 5 in particular, including some new releases, and we're gonna have some fun talking about them. Let's get on into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. These are Marie here. Yes, we're doing a sampling series video on AKRO fragrances. AKRO is by the perfumer Oliver Cresp. He is awesome. He makes amazing fragrances, particularly if you like gourmand scents. He's your guy. All of these samples I kindly got from Twisted Lily. You all know that's my main destination for samples. I do have a code with Twisted Lily, so definitely check them out if you haven't already. Lipstick of the day today, everyone. I'm rocking out with MAC, and this is Heroin Lipstick. A purple. It's been a minute since I've worn her. I missed her today, so I had to put her on. Details on everything on my face as well as all the fragrances will be in the description box below, so you do not have to ask questions about it. Fragrance of the day will be revealed at the end because it is related to this video and I'm excited about that, so stay tuned for that. So without further ado, let's get into these 5 samples and my thoughts on them from the house of AKRO. As always with sampling series videos, I have tested all of these fragrances on paper as well as on skin, so yes, I actually know how they perform all the way around. My thoughts are fully formed on them, at least concerning a sample, which is nothing but a first impression is what that is. Dedicated reviews are for when I have a full-size bottle and I've been wearing the bottle for a while, so I always like to designate the difference in how I do things on my channel. Let's go ahead and start with the one that just came out. This one has been getting a lot of buzz here in the fragrance community. AKRO Glow, you all. So this one, the bottle is beautiful. It's in a gold shiny bottle. I have pictures up of all the fragrances, of course. This one, I like the name of it. It's supposed to be a party fragrance based on how they have it written up. So the notes are rather simple for it. With Glow, we have pink pepper, we have rose, and then we have incense, benzoin, and vanilla in the base. And let me tell you, I've played in this one the most. This was the one I first bust out of the package because I was like, okay, everybody's talking about Glow right now, plus it's the newest release, so let's just get all the way into it, right? Glow is a feminine fragrance. This is a easy reach fragrance too, by the way. It's rose, it's vanilla, and incense. That is what I get from it. It's not super loud, not super heavy. This is one that sits closer to the skin for me. This is one of those fragrances like when you do not know what to wear, but you need to figure out something that's just gonna work. Glow is your fragrance. That's like the best way to put it. Glow is one of those fragrances that it's a dumb reach, essentially. Like you just keep it up front on the vanity because you're like, I don't want to get overwhelmed. I'm just gonna reach for this because I know it's gonna work for me. This is one, it's also an extrait de parfum, by the way, so that makes sense that it sits closer to because of the higher oil concentration in it too, you know. This is one, so on paper, it's like soft, it's doing just enough. And also on skin, the performance is the same because I've wore it out and about to an event and everything. And I almost forgot I wore it. So this is one of those, it's nice, but do I need it? Is it a must have? Does it deserve a whole lot of hype? In my opinion, no, it doesn't. It's just enough, it's okay. But to me, for that reason, it could actually be a signature scent. So I don't hate the fragrance, but am I wowed by it? No, I'm not. So that's like the best way to put that. And that is AKRO Glow. Now the next sample that I got was also a new release for this year. This was a spring summer release and this was Smile. This one I didn't hear as much about. This one flew under the radar, especially in comparison to the more recent release, which is Glow I just talked about. But Smile, as the name suggests, is going to be a happy fragrance. And based on how they wrote it up and everything, it's supposed to be addictive happiness in a bottle is what it is. I'm like, okay. So you all, we have notes of sage and bergamot up top. Then in the middle we have raspberry, specifically natural raspberry. And then in the base, you all, we have musk. So I said, all right, let me see what it's supposed to give. I am a fan of raspberry in fragrances because we don't get it every day. It's just one of my favorite notes, particularly in the fall. So this one I already kind of had high hopes for, but I was like, okay, let's see though. 100% this is a happy scent. It's a fruity scent. I get raspberry, I get the sage, and I do get the bergamot in this. I do. And this is one that at first, the bergamot and the sage were a little bit louder in my opinion, but as it wore on skin and continued to like grow and dry down, develop, the raspberry became more prominent. And I was like, yes, that's what I wanted. Because at first I was like, okay, the raspberry is there, but it's not loud enough for me. That changed, say like 10, 15 minutes into the game. I said, oh, there's the raspberry that I wanted. Okay. It's giving me what I need. So this is a prominent raspberry citrus type of scent. So kind of raspberry aromatic type of scent. I like this one. It is happy. It did bring a smile to my face. So I think it's okay. It's an EDP, by the way, eau de parfum concentration. This one, This one is still feminine to me. Yes, very feminine because the raspberry in here is kind of juicy. And whenever I think of juicy fruits, I think of more feminine fragrances. So I do like Smile. So for me, Smile is full bottle worthy. This is a yes. And it deserves more hype in my opinion. Now this next one is probably the most hyped up one of them all that I've ever heard from AKRO. And this is AKRO Bake. Yes, I remember when Bake came out. I want to say it was either last year or the year before. Everybody was trying to buy it. Everybody was talking about it on all the social media platforms from YouTube to TikTok. Bake was that girl. So I was like, okay, I'm finally ready to see, is she really all of that for me, right? So with AKRO Bake, we have top notes of lemon peel. Then in the middle, we have chantilly cream and praline. And then in the base, you all, we have brown sugar and vanilla. So I said, okay, anytime I see praline, and I see chantilly cream, I'm like, that's promising. I'm like, interesting. And this is supposed to be their addictive cupcake fragrance. That's how they have it written up. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna see, because it's definitely a gourmand scent. This smells like the old school Girl Scout lemon cookies to me. That's what these smell like. I was a Girl Scout, so that's why that smell is extremely nostalgic for me. This made me happy. Like, this is happy vibes. Plus, I love lemon desserts. I'm a lemon girl. I like this, right? I see why this is raved about. It's giving me lemon cookies. And I also want to say this too, based on the notes, when I was like, okay, lemon, vanilla, creamy, gourmand, the first thing in my head too, I was like, okay, is this going to smell like another extremely hyped fragrance? And that is this one right here. That is Casa Mirati from the House of Xerjoff. And this is Lyra. Lyra is that girl, right? But I have to say, since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and compare it, right? But to me, they go in completely different directions. Bake to me is heavier on that lemon, which to be fair, they have actual lemon peel in here. Yeah, Lyra is its own scent. Lyra is blood orange and caramel and vanilla, so she doing her own thing. So I just want to say right now that they are not the same scent. So yes, you can own both of them because they are completely different fragrances. I just want to say that right now. So AKRO Bake is a yes for me because again, it's giving lemon cupcake and I'm okay with it. I like this. Another fragrance I've seen people compare Bake to is Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion, the first one, which to be fair, Oliver Crisp made that one too. So it makes sense why people would compare those two. However, he saved the best juice in my opinion for Bake, which is his own line. You know, you gotta save a little razzle dazzle for your own stuff. And he did that. So to me, Bake is the one, if I'm feeling like a lemony scent, a lemony gourmand, Bake is the one in my opinion. So I do like this one. Bake is a full bottle worthy scent and she is indeed worth the hype. Now this next one I heard is for the coffee lovers. I love coffee. I drink it every day. I grind my own beans in the morning, so it's serious. So this one I was extremely excited about, and we're talking about AKRO's Awake. This one, right? It's their coffee fragrance that they have in-house. So let's get into the notes. The notes are coffee, we have lemon, then in the middle we have green cardamom, and then we have vetiver. So I was like, ooh, coffee, citrus with the lemon, got little spices going on with the cardamom and then the vetiver. I'm like, okay. This is a different take on coffee because normally people pair coffee with say like vanilla or with rose or something like that. This is different. So I'm like, okay, that right there already told me, okay, this not gonna smell like anything else I already have in my collection. I'm like, cool. So let's get into Awake. Coffee, lemon, and cardamom, straight up. One thing I have noticed is that the note breakdowns with this line of AKRO fragrances is they are very simple and straight to the point, and that's what you get. I like this. This is a cold weather coffee scent for sure. It's not just because of the coffee, to me it's because of that cardamom in it. But at the same time, that lemon gives it a bit of a brightness to it so that it's not so dark. So I'm like, okay, this is unique. This is a unique take on coffee and I am here for this. Like the coffee isn't so abrasive in this because of the fact those other notes are in the cardamom and that lemon help to smooth this thing out. So if you're a person that's normally like, ooh, coffee smells a little bit too earthy for you, I think you might like Awake because it's doing it in a different way. I'm okay with this, y'all. And another thing, this isn't super loud. This is more on the softer side, which to some people it might be a negative. But again, the fact that this is a unique scent, I'm okay with that. I'm okay that I'm just gonna overspray it and call it a day. So that again is AKRO's Awake. And the final fragrance we want to talk about is called AKRO Rise. This is their summer fragrance. And I was like, okay. So I'm curious to see how they would do a summer scent, especially since their thing is gourmands here at this line. It just seems to be a theme here. And I gotta say, they did put their own little spin on it. So with Rise, we have notes of coconut water, and then we also have pina colada, and then we have tiara flower. And then in the base, we have sandalwood. So already, when I saw pina colada and coconut water in here, I was like, okay. This is for the grown folks. I'm excited about it. So y'all, let me tell you what I got. Creamy tropical vacation is what this is. Yes. Literally the vision for this is I am sipping a pina colada under a cabana somewhere, and I have a private service and attendants waiting on me. I'm sun-kissed, I'm bronzed. That is what this scent is to me. It's so decadent and creamy and delicious smelling. I like this a lot. This is a summer gourmand scent. Because a lot of times with summer fragrances, they tend to go more in that solar direction, meaning smell like sunscreen. This one is heavier on, again, that pina colada and that coconut, like straight up. So if you've been looking for a summer scent that's not sunscreen, I think you should check out Rise. I'm okay with this. Okay, this just might make my spring summer wish list for next year, 2025, because this is different. This is different. I even want to say there's like some pineapple in here too, even though it's not technically listed, but I really like this. Yes, put it this way, if you're going to a vacation soon, somewhere tropical and hot, whether it's in the summertime or if it's right now, because it's the holidays when I'm filming this video, I think you should check out Rise. This is a yes. 100% this is a yes. Another thing I want to mention is that AKRO has a ton of samples as well as discovery sets on Twisted Lily's website. So I highly recommend doing that if you stay new to the brand like I was. Get a discovery set and play in it, and that way you can discover them for yourself. That's always like the best thing. You all know we prefer to sample over here. So now we've gotten all of that out of the way. What is the fragrance of the day, you ask, right? I did enjoy one of these the most out of them all, so therefore I got a full-size bottle of it kindly sent over to me from Twisted Lily, you all, and that bottle is Smile. Yes, Smile, because again, it made me smile. It's a raspberry fragrance. This one brought me the most joy. It's just doing what it needs to do. And again, she's unsung to me. She did not get enough hype for me. She's delicious, especially if you like raspberry. Like, raspberry is happy, it's bright, so I'm happy about having a full-size bottle of AKRO's Smile in the collection. So all right, everyone, that wraps up this sampling series video of AKRO fragrances. Let me know what you think. Have you smelled them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? What are some of your favorites? Because they have a ton of other scents that I did not necessarily go over in this video. Again, I got a few samples, so you know, we're just trying to dip our toe into the house of AKRO. So let me know what we think. Do we love these? Do we hate these? And again, special thanks to Twisted Lily for sending these over to me. And again, I do have a code with them, so you can definitely check them out on your own for samples as well as full-size bottles. So all right, everyone, I will catch you on the next video. Bye, y'all.